What if the richest man in the city was also the loneliest? What if the poorest woman carried the greatest strength? And what if a single stormy night forced their lives together? Not as master and maid, not as savior and beggar, but as three broken souls, searching for the same thing, a place to finally call home. The mansion stood on a hill overlooking the city, tall, proud, and silent. Its walls were made of marble, its doors carved with gold, its windows glowing every night like a palace from a dream. But inside, there was no laughter, no warmth, no life. Adrian Vale, one of the youngest billionaires in the country, walked through the long corridors every evening. His footsteps echoed, always echoed. A dining table for 12 sat perfectly arranged, silverware untouched, candles lit only to melt away and used. At the head of the table, Adrian sat alone. Every night, beside his plate lay a small framed drawing. A child's drawing. A son. A house. 3 stick figures holding hands. His daughter's last gift. She had drawn it while lying in a hospital bed, smiling through pain, whispering, "Papa, this is our home." 3 months later, she was gone. The house remained, but the home died with her. Across the city, far from shining lights and clean streets, a woman wrapped a thin shawl tighter around her shoulders. Her name was Maya. Her shoes were worn. Her hands cracked. Her breath visible in the cold air. She stopped at a tiny room built from old bricks and rusted metal. Inside, a little girl slept on the floor under a torn blanket. Maya knelt beside her and brushed hair from her daughter's face. "Lena," she whispered softly. "Mama is going to work." The child stirred. "Will you come back?" Lena asked, half asleep. Maya smiled, the kind of smile mothers wear when they're scared but refuse to show it. "Always." She stepped outside before the tears could fall. Because tears were a luxury, and survival was not. Maya worked as a cleaner in Adrian's mansion. She scrubbed floors that reflected chandeliers. She dusted shelves filled with art worth more than her entire life. Yet no one noticed her. No one ever did. Except Adrian. Not because she worked harder than others, but because she hummed a soft lullaby, low enough to be almost a secret. One afternoon, Adrian stopped walking. The sound froze him in place. It was the same lullaby his wife used to sing to their daughter. For the first time in years, the mansion felt alive. That evening, Adrian passed the service hallway. He wasn't meant to be there. But fate has its own paths. He heard Maya speaking quietly into an old phone. I know I promised better," she whispered. "She keeps asking when we'll have a real home." A pause. Then a breaking voice. "She needs someone to call mother, not someone who's always tired." Adrian stood frozen. Not eavesdropping. Listening. Feeling something twist painfully inside his chest. That night, he couldn't sleep. For the first time since his daughter's death, someone else's pain had entered his empty house. Rain fell like the sky had finally given up. Thunder cracked. Lightning split the darkness. Maya didn't come to work. Adrian noticed. Hours passed. Then, late at night, the gate bell rang. Adrian opened the door himself. There stood Maya. Soaked. Shivering. Barely standing. In her arms was Lena. Their landlord had thrown them out. No warning. No mercy. "I'm sorry, sir," Maya whispered. "I had nowhere else to go." Lena looked past Adrian into the glowing hall. Her eyes widened. "Is this a house?" she asked softly. "Or a home?" Adrian's throat tightened. He stepped aside. "One night," Adrian said. "That's all." But that night, Lena laughed when she saw the staircase. She ran down halls that had only known silence. She pressed her hands against windows and smiled at her reflection. For the first time in years, the mansion heard joy. Maya kept apologizing. Adrian kept shaking his head. "No one has laughed here in a long time," he said quietly. That night, Lena taped her drawings to the wall. A sun. A house. 3 stick figures. Adrian stared. It was the same drawing. The same hope. One evening, after Lena fell asleep, Adrian spoke. "I had a daughter," he said. "She loved to draw." Maya listened. "Not as a maid. As a mother. This house," Adrian continued, "became too big after she left." Maya nodded. "Grief makes even palaces feel empty." Tears fell. Not loudly, but honestly. Days turned into weeks. Adrian helped Lena with homework. Maya cooked meals that filled the house with warmth. The mansion changed. It no longer echoed. It listened. Adrian smiled more. Slept better. Lived again. One morning, Adrian handed Maya an envelope. Inside were keys. "A small house nearby," he said. "For you and Lena." Maya cried. Not because she was leaving, but because she was finally arriving. Lena hugged Adrian tightly. "Will you visit our home?" she asked. Adrian smiled through tears. "I already have. Money builds houses, but kindness builds homes. Sometimes, the ones who need shelter most are the ones with the biggest roofs. And sometimes, a child's laughter is enough to bring a broken heart back to life." If this story touched you, subscribe. Because kindness still exists.